What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with my guy, Chris Ruffolo, as we continue to cook up this WNBA action. Welcome to the WNBA Layup session. Got two games on the card today, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to let you guys know our thoughts, our opinions, how we see both games shaping out, get you guys the information you need to know, and get you, ladies and gentlemen, in and out of here. Of course, all we ask is that you smash the like button for us. You subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as I always say, man, if you're rocking with me, I'm active on Instagram and Twitter all day long. There's a link for both in the description below. You can also follow my guy, Chris Ruffolo, on Twitter as well. And, of course, we have premium plays over at the site, man. Money making Thursday. Franchise player, Chris Ruffolo. What's happening, my man? How you doing today?
Doing all right. Yeah, happy to be back talking the dub with you. We have a smaller card today. We're going to see the action ramp up as we start to get back into the weekend, but second day in a row where we have one team on a back-to-back, on a true back-to-back, and it's going to be interesting to see sort of how teams navigate this. It's going to be a little bit more frequent going forward, but there's also some teams navigating some interesting situations, but we'll break it all down today. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Still seeing the board well in the dub. I'm 17-6 on my top play, looking to go 18-6 after tonight. Like you said, two solid games tonight. I think, two of my favorite two teams to watch, the Liberty, are in action. And, of course, the best player in the league, in my opinion, Caitlin Clark, is in action tonight. So that's always a good night of hoops when you have a team that good and a player that good in action. So I'm ready to let you guys know my thoughts, my opinions, get you guys the information you need to know, and try to cash some tickets, man. So without further ado, let's do exactly that, ladies and gentlemen. First game on the board. Speaking of the Liberty, the New York Liberty, the defending champs, they're at home at the crib tonight. 10.5-point home favorites. Total 163.5. Chris, do you see those Liberty? What do you see them doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm going Liberty here. It's too much for me of a shock to the system for the Mercury on a back-to-back, and they still have to travel for this game. We talked about on the morning show how it's not a far flight from Connecticut to New York, but it's the fact they have to play on a back-to-back, and for me, it's a shock to the system that you have to go from playing the worst team in the WNBA to arguably the best, and it's just a step up in class here, and I just don't know if the Mercury are going to have enough in the tank here. Kalia Copper coming back for the Mercury is a nice addition, a nice return to the lineup. She's going to be a key piece once this Mercury team get healthy. And I think she's going to be a reason why I think it's a hot take. The Mercury finished a top 4 seed in the dub this season, but you need to get Alyssa Thomas back for that to happen. And I just don't think there's enough weapons here for the Mercury to compete. I think the Liberty run away with this one, win it by 13, 14 points. So give me the Liberty here, winning the points.
I'm with you. No argument. Word for word, bar for bar, I'm on the Liberty. I think they're the best team in the WNBA. I've told you guys that all season long, really all of last season as well. We knew they weren't going unbeaten. We did cash money line with Indiana, fading the Liberty 2 games ago. They came back, smashed the Sun in that. I'm sorry, that was the Liberty. I mean, that was the Fever, who we'll talk about next game. But the Liberty, they did come back and bounce back after that game as well and look good in their last game. I think tonight they beat up on the Mercury in this one as well. The Mercury have been good in certain spots, certain situations. We'll give them a ton of credit for that. But like Chris said, on the second leg of a back-to-back with travel, I fade teams in this style spot all the time in the NBA. And going from, again, like he said, playing the worst team last night, it's different going and playing the best team tonight. So they had chances to air out the Sun last night, failed to do it. Tonight, I think they are the ones that get flooded. I'm on the Liberty. It's levels to this shit, and I think they show them that. I'm going to lay the points here in this one. Keep rolling. Last and final game of the night. Speaking of the Fever, they're on the road tonight facing the Valkyrie of Golden State. Big favorites, laying 11.5 on the road, total 164.5. Everybody knows I'm Team Caitlin. I love the Fever. I love Caitlin Clark. I I have said for the start of the season, she's the second best player in the league behind A'ja Wilson. I'm done with that argument. If you want to argue, we can argue. But I'm here to tell y'all, Kaylin's the best player in the league, man. She's the biggest draw in this league. The way she get it done, nobody else gets it done in this manner. I say all that to say, while I do love the Fever, I do love Kaylin, I don't like the spot for them tonight. I'm going to lean towards the Valkyrie plus the points. The Valkyrie have been really good this season as extended underdogs. And in a spot like this tonight, following losing to the Wings, I know they got a couple players out. It looks like the Fever are going to come here and dominate, kind of like they have in their last 2 games. I just personally have a gut feeling they win this game by exactly 8 points. That's how I see this playing out. I think they win this game by exactly 8 points. A dub, a win, but a Valkyries cover. Thought it was a great spot to fade the Valkyrie in their last game. That was my play of the night that night with the Wings. That was my last play of the night. I'm jumping on the Valkyrie tonight, though, as extended home underdogs. Think it's too many points and not a great spot for Indiana. Indiana had some momentum to build with Caitlin coming back their last 2. Tonight, I think it's just too many points. We'll see. But I'm on the Valkyrie tonight. ATS. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to have to be on the other side, and I'm going to be on the under too. I think that the absences for the Valkyries here are going to loom large. Players like Janelle Salon, Julie Van Loo, Temi Feg-Benley, they're all going to be, missing because of the Eurobasket, and those are big absences. And I understand, sentiment that, the Valkyrie are still catching double digits at home here, but for me, I just feel like the Fever have too many weapons for the Valkyries to be able to hang around in this one. So I'm going to roll with the Fever here. I think they win this one like 83-70. So I'll go with the Fever. I'll go with the under in that one.
Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's all. We covered both games. Let you guys know our thoughts, our opinions, and how we see today's action shaping out. Of course, our favorite plays, the plays that we personally have the most money on, can be found over at pickdawgz.com. For me, I have a top play in the NBA tonight. Game 6 of the NBA Finals. You guys can scoop that play up for $25. I've hit 7 of my last 9 on that play. I have a play in the WNBA tonight. I've hit 17 I'm 17-6 on that top play this season. So you guys can scoop that play up tonight for $19. And I have a top play in Major League Baseball. I've hit 5 of my last 6 on that play. So just seeing the board well on my top plays, looking to keep the momentum rolling forward tonight. You guys can hop on something long-term or pair me up with Chris. And let's keep the momentum rolling forward throughout the summer. What you got going on tonight, Chris?
Yeah, for me, I got my $19 MLB pickoff play. Hit 5 in a row with that on a 14-3 run in MLB. So I'm going to keep that going here. I'm going to have a 3-pack for the rest of the day's action. My 5-pack went off the board at noon, but still plenty of money to be made. And I'm also going to have a WNBA play. But like Jay said, pair us up. We got a loaded weekend of action coming up, especially MLB and WNBA. And there's still, like I said, lots of money to be made. So use that promo code PICK, get 15% off your purchase whenever you get to that Pick Dawgz Premium.
Appreciate y'all, man. See y'all tomorrow. Money making Thursday. Make it a winning day. We out of here. Peace.